Fun is when you record a whole TARDIS-tacular video and then you realise upon editing that the sound and the picture aren't correlating. Why would you do that to me, iMovie? Hi guys, this is a 2 for the price of 1 review. The first time I recorded this, you got to see me eating sorbet, so maybe you've been saved from that experience. I'm going to be talking about both The Beast Below and Victory of the Daleks, I think it's called, or Victory for the Daleks, I can't remember which one, because I was ill last week, so I couldn't do a review for Beast Below. Beast Below first up. I absolutely loved this episode. I've rewatched it about 3 times. I've always loved the future, and I've always liked space and structures in space. I loved that idea of the bolted Britain on top of this gorgeous, gorgeous star whale. I'm a big whale person, pro save the whales and all that. So the idea of the star whale I think was just absolutely beautiful and made the realisation that this poor thing was being put through so much torture even more poignant, I think, but I might just be melodramatic and in need of a bit of a slap, who knows. But I thought the characters in it and the development of each of the characters within it, and we saw more of Amy Pond and more of the 11th Doctor, was just done really well. And I thought the loneliness of the 11th Doctor, the comparison that Amy Pond picked up on, like not being able to stand there and watch the children cry, I thought that was just a great summary of who the Doctor was and who the Doctor has become, and that his loneliness is still there. I mean, he's regenerated, but he's still really lonely. He's just not so brutally hurt by it, and not so directly hurt by the Time War anymore. I mean, first stage was Christopher Eccleston, who was just completely angry. Then David Tennant, who was happy but then angry quite frequently. And it seems like Matt Smith will come out in bursts when he needs to. And I think that was quite a good development, especially when that bit went, no human will tell me what to do. I think that was executed really well. I was talking about this episode with my friend Tom, briefly. I don't know whether you picked up on this, Kayley, because I haven't had the chance to watch your video yet, because I'm a terrible person. But we thought that it was sort of a metaphor for the working class, how the aristocracy and upper echelons of society choose to forget what's actually a big part of helping them move along and helping them to function, and just generally a big part of their society that they have to have compassion for, because it gives as much as it gets. So, I don't know, maybe I'm just too much of a socialist, worrying too much and reading too much into things, but who knows. I really liked the character of Liz 10. I liked that she was looking for a villain who turned out to be herself. I thought that was quite poignant and deep and stuff. But one of my favourite scenes was actually the hug at the very end between Amy and the Doctor. It really reminded me of one of my favourite hugs in the Satan Pit episode, when Rose and the Doctor are reunited and they have just a really good hug, and particularly sentimental because all of us obsessive people know that it's the very last scene that Billie Piper filmed when she was the regular companion to the 10th Doctor. Cheer! On to Victory of the Daleks for the Daleks, up the Daleks, I can't remember what it's called. I was really underwhelmed by this one, and it was strange because I hadn't really thought too much about David Tennant, or about 10 or 9, really, when watching the first 2 episodes. But in the third one, I really started to miss him, and I realised why. And it's not really an insult to Mark Gatiss' writing. I don't really find the Daleks that interesting, and I don't think the story was that interesting, and I don't know, I still love Matt Smith, and I still love Karen Gillan, and I love the actor they got to play Churchill. I thought he did really, really well in that. And I thought the set was just really well done, but I wasn't interested. I loved it when they came out at the end and they knew these gorgeous, bright poster colour paints. I thought that was really cool. But I felt like it was the whole episode building up to that revelation of the new Dalek race. I didn't really feel like it was, it had any other point almost. So that was a shame. And the reason I think I missed David Tennant was because on the episodes that let me down, I felt, as the demanding watcher, such as Daleks in Manhattan and, I don't know, whichever other episodes that I didn't personally enjoy, I always felt like David Tennant was enough to be entertaining. I've always felt like he carried episodes, which he shouldn't necessarily have to do, and that he was just such a strong character in that way. And I do think that Matt Smith plays a very strong Doctor, and 11th Doctor has just completely blown me away. He can't yet carry an episode that lets me down. And that's, yeah, again, no insult to him, no insult to Matt Gatiss. I think they're both brilliant. but that was just kind of the effect it had on me. I was just really underwhelmed by it. But that said, I think that the next few episodes look to be absolutely amazing. Happy birthday to David Tennant, who we all know as our most faithful viewer here at TARDIS-tacular, and his birthday was yesterday, Sunday, the 18th of April. So happy birthday. That's all from me. I'm sure you will look forward to a very exciting review at some point next week, as long as I don't come down with the flu again, which I will try very hard not to. Allons-y, allons-y. Oh, I forgot to say that there is a very exciting piece of news today that Jo Grant, or Katie Manning, the actress who plays Jo Grant, is going to be joining Elizabeth Sladen on the Sarah Jane Adventures for I think 2 specials, and the 11th Doctor is going to take part as well. It's very exciting. I'm quite excited by that, but I know that the average person probably wouldn't be, but I am.